Hey everybody, welcome to week 4 of the course here. And quick topic here. I'm going to talk about some positive spin. Sometimes, every day we're bombarded with, negative news, breaking news, you know, news that's edited to, portray a particular interest. National media reports, a lot of times opinions versus facts. And I'm not talking about all the traffic accident or things, but there's other things that just, there's a lot of negativity out there that can influence people. Politicians are part of the, not all politicians, but a good portion of them. There's lots of infighting. A lot of them are more focused on the career than what's best for their people. Buying votes by coming up with special interest and things like that. Class warfare. Us against them, rich against poor, type thing. And majority of the politicians, they don't really have. They've never owned a business or have business experience or economic experience. So a lot of decisions they make negatively impact people, and they're just out of touch and don't realize it. So depending on what we're talking about, but an example would be taxes. This is a back and forth thing. Every 4 or 8 years, where Republicans get in there and they cut taxes. And the thought there is, if people have more money to spend, it helps the economy. And then, when Democrats get in there, they raise taxes. So there's lots of you know, negative impacts based on tax increases or decreases. One of the negatives about a tax increase is it lowers the real GDP. Uh, you know, uh, example is 1% increase in taxes reduces the GDP by 2 or 3%. Um, and you can Google and find these numbers. When you're finding numbers, though, and researching, make sure you're researching actual numbers versus bloggers or people who have their own political, because you can't, these things can be twisted where it looks one way when in reality it might be the other way. So that's my point. The false realities that we're faced with sometimes. Again, I'm talking about the media and the politicians have a way of creating division, infighting, believing in false realities, things like that. Pandemic is one example. We have science, we have medicine. I imagine most of us know people who've had COVID, people who have died from COVID. I personally, within my circles that I have different circles of, and I'm a little bit older, so I have probably bigger circles. But I know of at least a dozen people who have died from COVID. And all my years, I've never known anybody that died from the flu. And I know that's one of the arguments. Oh, just as many. And you got to look at the science and all this other stuff. But, Democrats, some Republicans, uh, you know, they take advantage of this and make it political. All right, that's both sides. You got some far right people who, it's a hoax, all this other stuff. And then you have people on the left, or some Democrats who, close down businesses, but yet those same people will visit the close. You have some of them going to see, hairdressers, you know, styling salons, or whatever you want to call it, when they're closed, and things like, or going to a restaurant when there's supposed to be no restaurants open. There's all these different examples, but, point being is, um, you know, you got to look at the realities, the imaginary, the false realities, and the real realities. Your mission as a student is school, but also as an individual. You have family, you have yourself. You have to be rational and objective. Just because somebody says something doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Just because I sit here and tell you something doesn't mean it's true. That's where you have to use your own judgment. Rationale. Don't be influenced by charisma. Charisma is the killer of societies. That's just a personal thing, because people can say anything and people will follow blindly. And don't be influenced by all the false promises, um, by others, by politicians, whatever the case. Do your own homework, research. Don't let these negatives impact your mood. Negatives cause depression. Don't let them make cause you to make questionable decisions, develop a negative outlook in life, develop false beliefs, to impact your work and impact your goals. All right. This is where, the the positive spin comes out of it. You got to be brave and diligent. All right, you find the truth, and not what others tell you the truth is, what the real truth is, and have integrity with who you are, not with what they are or who they are. All right, by they, I'm talking about these, those out there that would have you believe something they believe to be true, even though it's not true. All right, and so that's the positive spin. All right, so positive spin, just, do your homework and so forth, as he would say. All right, everybody, on to week 4 of the course here. Upcoming week 4, we have 3 chapters, 12, 13, 14, covering capital structure, distribution of retained earnings, dividend stock, repurchases, managing short-term, financing and, liabilities. So that's the topics of the week. And I say every week about the discussions, doing great. So just make sure you're doing the discussions as you are, good size, paragraph or more, and replies to at least 2 classmates and a separate reply to the instructor video. All right, so that's how we're doing that. Homeworks, some of you have been in touch with me, and I've been working with you. So if you need help, get in touch. It's the same format again this week as last week. So you got your Word documents and the corresponding spreadsheet. So you just change the blue number, the numbers that are in blue in the cells, change those based on the information from the the Word document. So most of you doing good there. Like I said, I've been working with a few of you, so don't hesitate to get in touch. All right. And then let me see, we got one more week here after that. So you got your final project. So hope you're not waiting on that. Again, on the quizzes, make sure if you think something might be wrong, let me know. Uh, because sometimes we do have something wrong. I had another one of you this past week let me know they found something. So, if you think there's something wrong, don't, get in touch. All right. What else here? All right, so that's pretty much it. Um, I'll let you go. I'll give you my little test question here. Uh, we got the 8-year-old and the 4-year-old grandson. So the 8-year-old, he's in school, during the weekdays. 4-year-old's in preschool in the morning, so I get him in the afternoon. And sometimes we go and do something. So maybe you can let me know what this was here. You might even be able to figure out where it was. But anyway, either way. But there you go. So I will let you go. If you got questions or anything, just get in touch. Have a great week, and that'll do it.